Hello, welcome to this project update with my Eternity Staircase. Well, it's not mine, it's actually a friend of mine. If you remember previously, I had done the base coat and a little bit of highlight on the main column and did all the highlight stuff on the stairs. And I had begun work on the cap with the colored panels here. I've completed the work on the top, making each of the individual slabs, colored slabs, a little bit different. But you can take a look. Let me try to make each look like a version of rock that had that color, type of granite or what have you. And so try to make this one look a little bit more like marble. And this is just black basalt, as black as I can get it. Alright, now as I looked through the details, I realized that the gold work on here would make sense because none of these are broken or chipped, so I could envision them being a forged metal icon, okay, as opposed to the same things that would appear here on the side of the column, which are broken and chipped. So these are carved, and I figured these are not. So that's why I went ahead and painted those gold. As I looked at the ring of skulls here, my intention was to actually paint them like skulls, but I noticed that they're all kind of flattened. So they look more like a bas relief than actual skulls. Because there are 18 skulls on the column itself, or around the edge, and they're very well detailed. I mean, they're stand out as complete skulls. But here on the top, these are more of a almost looking Aztec looking. I could have gone with something like jade there, but I figured I'll go with the gold color. It seemed to fit the magical aura kind of idea. But all the rest of it is the base coat of mudstone to give it that almost not a sandstone, but more a tan granite type look. Then I went through and washed it with a little bit of strong tone to get some tonal variations, as well as highlight some of the cracks and what have you. Then a very light application of a latte color, a very, very, very light tan, to kind of bring out some again, more tonal differences. But then I went through and imagined that there were a lot of these reinforcing bolts or rivets or whatever you want to call it, studs, put into the face. And I actually got all the studs except for the ones in this inner ring, so those still have to be done. But I haven't decided whether I'm going to leave these two comets the same tan color as the rest, or I'm actually going to change those up and give it a different color yet. It would be a different stone kind of color, I would expect, if I do that. So we're pretty close to being done with the top here. It's really just a matter of making sure I've got nice highlights along the edge, make sure I've got all the details covered, and clean up some of the edges where there may not be some of my cleanest work. Then finally doing a wash to really make the eye sockets and gaps between the skulls stand out. After that, it's going back to the main column and painting that up. That's going to take a lot of time to really get that, especially considering I didn't want to tear this apart. So trying to get in there and do appropriate dry brushing or what have you would be a little bit challenging. Other than that, it really is all about work on this brickwork here for this, what looks like a cavity that's been sealed up, and then all those skulls. So still a couple weeks more work on this. But again, thanks for sticking with me. I hope this gives you some ideas for your, if you have an Eternity Staircase or other projects similar to this. Share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.